Hey guys, hope y'all are doing great today. Over here on the first part of the peach row. Welcome to this part of the September's Food Forest Tours. Hope y'all are doing good. I looked at the pomegranates and some of the nursery beds with some of the other plants and the blueberries last time. Over here to the first row with the peaches. And there was this seedling muscadine which is down in there. And interestingly, it's grown up here and grown really high, way more than I was expecting this first year, way up there. And it's probably getting close to about maybe 9 feet tall or so. And hopefully it'll help kind of reinvigorate this peach tree and kind of also helping develop the soil with all this stuff else that's growing down here. So we'll see how that goes. There's some, let's see, hardy kiwi right here, and there's a peach seedling that got snipped off by the rabbits right there in front. There's actually a cucumber plant coming up over there. Most everything else is heading out. As I mentioned in the other videos, pretty much all we're gonna see is probably okra, and then all the fruit trees, as the most of the other vegetables have ended for the season. This was a grafted variety peach tree. Oh, just ran into a spider web. Thankfully it's my legs and not my face. No biggie. And there's another peach tree. And just interestingly enough, this tree is looking a whole lot better than these older trees, that one and the one we just looked at over there. They're both on mound. All of these are on small mounds. This one has been pruned a lot less than these two, although this one was pruned pretty significantly this past year just because of the rootstock, which is the part that the named variety is grafted on. And it was sending out a whole lot of shoots, and those shoots were actually probably a good 2/3 of the tree. So I took that out, and as you can see, this tree has not suffered in taking out that much this next year. So obviously bigger trees, from what I've seen, that kind of taking that much off of them would be kind of ruin the tree, in my opinion. But in a smaller tree, that one was just a good about 6 feet or so probably last year. So it's probably 150% grown above that this year. It's probably pushing, actually maybe 200%. It's probably pushing 15 feet this year, maybe. Probably close to that, maybe 12 or 13. This is the seedling peach, and just looking at the difference of the leaves and the health of the tree just compared to those. The leaves are just still a really dark green. They had damage. The bugs are gonna get them. But overall, it's just really healthy. As you can see, it's really open. It's never really been pruned, just a minor deer damage snipped off just a couple inches. But it was a cicada or something I heard. But looking really good. This tree is just 2 years old. Actually, it's probably less than 2 years old. Because it started growing in the spring of 2019, so it's just 18 months or so old, and it is about to pass the other two, or the 3 peach trees. Not quite as tall yet, but getting really close and looks a whole lot healthier. And I'm really enjoying this open form. Going to let all my trees do this. As we'll see over there, some trees don't grow open naturally, and so it's not seemed to hurt the tree, and I'm not gonna fight them. I used to the ones that would grow straight up. I would pull the limbs down, and I've done strings, I've done weights. It takes so much time, and it's so not fun to me. It just takes the joy out of it, and I'm all about just enjoying it to the max. And when you have kind of I love working out here, but to do pointless kind of labor, at least it seems pointless to me, when this tree is totally fine, by itself, as you can see, it had all these limbs that kind of went straight up. There's probably about 4 of them or 5 that go straight up, but then those limbs start branching out to the side, and the tree in general is just really open. As it gets older, it just kind of the limbs kind of get pulled out a little bit. So doing really good in my opinion, and no reason to spend a whole lot of time trying to make the tree exactly like it should, quotations, be. Just seeing it's better to let the tree grow how it wants to grow and go from there. The cherry tree is hanging in there still really good. Just recently starting to see kind of the leaves, are kind of fading out, but that's normal about this time of the year. Normally in the past, this tree has been completely leafless about probably at least 2 months before this, probably even 3 months, honestly. So for this tree to have so many leaves right now, it is doing really good. Got lots of really good looking cherry buds on the tree. If I can get my camera to focus on it. All those little clusters are where cherry blooms will be coming off next year. So we had a lot of about probably 25 or so, if I'm remembering right, somewhere in that range, cherries that formed on both these trees this past year, but they all fell off. Could have been a combination, of the trees being young in their first year and they just couldn't support it, and also we had a really bad windstorm right around that time, and so that could have blown some of the young cherries off. But I really think they'll hang on to them this year. This tree has actually got a lot of growth going on. If you can see, it's sent up probably 12 inches of growth just recently right there on those branches, and that one's a couple of inches right there. That one's a couple of feet right there on that back side, and the top's sending up quite a good amount up there. So that tree's getting bigger. I think that other cherry tree we looked at a second ago, I think that one's really gonna take off this coming year and just kind of go crazy, since it's stored up all the good energy and just been able to keep its leaves all year. It's never done that before, so I'm anticipating a really good growth next year. Pawpaw's looking good. Little shoot coming up from the bottoms right there. Looking really nice. Really healthy. Got lots of flower buds on there. These buds right there, they kind of look like the little tiny balls. Those are the ones that will be the blooms. The vegetative buds are, let's see if I can get it to focus a little bit better. They're kind of smaller and more they cling to the tree kind of. So that's really good to see. And that tree, supposedly, from what I've seen, it looks like it will be self-pollinating. So only pawpaw that I've seen near here is this other one I planted. I think it's over here actually. And got another big spider web. And go over here and look at the grape that's growing up in this tree. So this grape I've tasted a few of these grapes recently. There's just a few left on there. It turns almost completely black or really dark purple when it's completely ripe, and it is really, really good. For some reason I thought it was like a light red, but I don't think I had let it get completely ripe last year when I tasted it. And letting it get completely dark, and it is a seeded variety. It has the pollination wasn't that great again on this one. I think the ones I've eaten have just had 1, maybe 2 seeds in it. I think one had 2 seeds, the other had 1 seed. So some of the as I mentioned in the previous video, the pollination just it was really, really rainy this year during the time when they bloomed, so didn't get great pollination during that time. But still, yeah, picking this one, if I'm back here, it's worth. I'll pick some and go immediately wash them off and eat them, and it's just so good. You got to stop and eat them, in my opinion. So really excited to see how that one's doing, just growing up here on the edge of the forest. Thanks for tuning into this video, guys. I'll see you in the next one soon. Bye, guys.